Singapore. 남자입니다. 안녕하세요, 여러분들. We made it to the end of the week again. Wow, it's already Friday again. Really feels like just yesterday when I was here streaming for all of you. Last Friday at this very place, this very seat with this. I didn't even wash my mug. Another very rewarding week. And for those of you who are new to my live stream, this is episode 206 of my weekly coffee chat. 206 on YouTube and episode 4 on LinkedIn. Yeah, I only started LinkedIn just a couple of months ago. And oh my gosh, Chi, hello. Wow, Chi, where are you now, in Korea or in Japan? Chi here is one of my one of my friends that I meet on my coffee chat, and he's a fellow professional trader, and he too lived the freedom life like around the world. When we first got to know each other, he was living around Europe, and just 2 months ago he moved to Korea and moving between Korea and Japan. Another freedom lifestyle. Yes, this kind of lifestyle it exists. This way of life exists. Yeah, it's possible. And people like Chi, people like me, we live this lifestyle. Guys, life do not happen in one predetermined way only. There are many ways that life happens. There are many ways to live life. Yeah. Don't be stuck with one idea of living life. Oh, getting a job, getting married, getting into a lot of debt on your car and your house, and then slogging on your job for 30 years just to pay off your car and your house, and then after that retire, and then there's only one way of life, my friend. Let's look at Chi. I just returned from a cruise to Norway and Denmark. Just 2 months ago, he told me he moved to Korea. 2 weeks after that, he told me he moved to Japan, and right now he said he just returned from a cruise to Norway and Denmark. Return to where? Return to where, Chi? Return to where? So, guys, you see, really, I mean, if you think if you think I'm the odd one out, if you think I'm an exception, look at Chi here. Okay. People like us are not exceptions. There is another way of living life that you can totally learn and embrace early in your life and make it work for the rest of your life. People like Chi, people like me, we made it work. So stop buying into that lie. Stop buying into I need to get a job. In fact, I did a study that a job makes people poorer than without a job. Hey, I mean, I can tell you this much, okay? Just for simple logic, people without jobs don't get bankrupt. At least people without jobs never get into negative equity. You know why? Because people without jobs cannot afford to get a loan. You know, the most toxic thing about having a job is exactly this. It entitles you to go take a loan on this and that and this and that, and thereby robbing you of all other choices in life. I call this modern day slavery under the disguise of free will. In fact, you think the income from your job makes you richer? No. If you just stay at home without a job, now you don't pay for commuting. You didn't have to buy that car. Now, how much are you saving every month right now? Now, you don't have to eat out 2 or 3 meals a day, and sometimes you buy meals for your friends and colleagues. How much does that save you every month? Now you don't have to buy specific clothes, so that you have to buy like 7 to 12 different clothing just to change around every month. Now you save all that because you're just at home. Okay, and then after that, from time to time, you have incidental expenses and unfortunately accidents because you have to go to work and you have to cross the streets. You add them all up together. Actually, most of the time, your expenditures way outweigh the amount of money you're getting as salary. So you're literally paying to get a job. Not to mention the amount you pay just to qualify for a job in the way of student loans. I don't know why anyone would choose that kind of lifestyle. She didn't, I didn't. But we chose a much simpler lifestyle. Way easier. No debt. Zero. We don't owe money. Because why? Because no banks will lend us anyway. So really, life can happen many ways. Just look at, I'm really gonna just have cheese comment just up here on the screen for all to see. This is the comment of the day, man. Just 2 months ago, he moved to Korea. 2 weeks after Korea, he went to Japan. And now he just returned from a cruise to Norway and Denmark. It's possible. And it's not even hard. To me, living the freedom life and creating a predictable income stream from businesses and investments is way easier than working a job. Way easier. I never even have to go for an interview, and I never have to give away power to other people to sack me, or I don't give my life away to anyone. I don't give control of my life away to other people. That's what in my GI mindset system I call these are. I mean, unfortunately and ironically, people who have a job are gamblers, but business people are investors. People think that when you have you're investor mindset when you have a job, and you're a gambler mindset when you go into your own business. No, it's exactly opposite. Why? Because the definition of gambling is just this. When you depend on an external factor to do one thing for you to win, you're gambling, regardless of how you justify it, regardless of your justification. If your win depends on something else, someone else to do or not do one thing for you to remain in a winning position, you're gambling. Isn't that what you're doing every day in a job? Giving away control of your life to your so-called your boss, who can fire you in a second, can replace you like a cheap rag doll in a second. Anyone can do your job. But when you're your own business, I have never been sacked from my own business. I know Steve Jobs got sacked from his own business, but that's another story. I never got sacked from my own business. I control my own destiny, in that I can control the amount of value that I add to other people in the world. And that's exactly all. This is all that being in business or investing is about. Is whenever you add value to other people and the world, inevitably and consequently, and even if you say no, money is going to come your way. So the more value I give to other people and the world, the more money I get as a consequence. And so far, like this week, I've started my another intake of my options freedom course. 100% referrals. None of my students came by the way of any form of marketing, advertising, seeing an ad, none of that thing. 100% word of mouth referral. And it's full. It's a full course and oversubscribed. And I couldn't push them further on more to the next intake, so I have to squeeze everything here. Why? How is this possible? Because I focus on adding value to people in the world. That's my whole focus. I don't think about money. I think about how to add more value. This intake, how do I make it better than the last intake? How do I deliver this message better? How do I effect this paradigm shift in people better? What are the examples that I can use? I will research, I will read, I will study, I will upgrade myself every single time. No, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not even a lazy thing to do. You cannot just wing it. Just like John Maxwell said, you may be very good at what you do, and then you think you can wing it. Yeah, means I'm confident what I'm doing. I'm just giving. No, and I don't think about how to improve anything anymore. And that's how you drop down. Life is like a helicopter. I'm sorry. Life is like an aeroplane, not a helicopter. Life is like an aeroplane. There's no stopping at one level. It's either you're flying or you're dropping. No third option. You cannot. It's not like a helicopter where you can just hover there. It doesn't hover. Oh. So really, just look at Chi here. I just returned from a cruise in Norway and Denmark. 2 months ago, he just moved to Korea. 2 months after Korea, he moved to Japan. And now, Norway, Denmark, whatever. And I've known him for years. I've been doing this for years. It's not just a one weekend thing. Oh. And this was exactly what I was doing past 11 years. Here and there, anywhere, doing whatever I want, whenever I wish, in wherever I feel like, with whoever I love, with no worry of money running out. And this lifestyle is possible, 100% possible. It's not just people think I'm special. I'm not special. Look at Chi here, and many more people. I've met people like me everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world that I've lived in, I've met people like me who is able to live a life on their terms, man. Not giving away control to other people. That is what a gambler is like. Live like an investor. Don't live like a gambler. Stop giving your power away to other people. Stop living in fear. So much fear. So much fear. Every time I talk to people, I feel so much fear in their thoughts, in the things they talk about. So much fear. How did it all start? I'm sorry to say, it started when you decided to get your first job. I was never very vocal or anti-job before, I was never openly anti-job much, because I think jobs do serve a certain purpose for certain kind of people. But I see more people living in pain because of that job. Before your first job, you never needed it. For some weird reason, you decided that is the way life should be, when you could have been living this life or Chi's life. And once you take your first job, I'm sorry, but it's very few people can break out of that cycle. Unless you start to get very good mentorship and learn very good business building and investment techniques to break out of that rat race. Otherwise, it's very hard. Because the moment you get your first job, you're becoming poorer, not richer. And in order to patch up the being poor, now the job opens up one thing you having a job have that I can't get, which is a loan. Now you go on loan on everything. That's how you get stuck in your life. That's how you say this is the reality of life. It's not the reality of life. It's your own stupid choice. Say, Jason, you're not like me. I have to pay mortgages. I have to pay my 2 cars and feed my family. You don't need. Oh yeah. Why do you think at 47 years old I don't need? Because I chose not to. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't put myself in that compromised position of life. I make sure I don't land there. 47 years old, no debt, zero debt. I stay away from this thing called debt. Now I'm trying to save up for my first home, and I will save up for it. I'm not gonna just try to get a loan or no. I don't take shortcuts, because shortcuts always come back and bite you back in the ass. That's the nature of all shortcuts in life. All shortcuts in life come around somewhere and just bite you back. And if you ask me, getting a job is one such shortcut. Getting a job is okay, but defaulting to getting a job as your first choice in life when you first started, that's pure laziness there. I honestly will say this, if your first ever income in life was a job rather than going out there to try to do some kind of add value to the world and build some kind of business. If your first attempt in life was immediately just getting a job, you're just plain lazy. Because at that first job, you never needed the income. I guarantee you, you never needed income for survival. I guarantee you're not married, you have no commitments, you have no loans to service. You have a home to return to, and you have and you still have parents making meals for you. You never needed it. You were lazy. It was pure laziness that get you the first job. Or JG, you should be proud, Limpe, of all that you have done. Thank you for this advice. Thanks a lot, JG. Of course, I'm not showing JG's comment here because I really want Chi's comment here. The comment of the day. I just returned from a cruise to Norway and Denmark. Yeah. Elijah, 안녕하세요. 밥 먹었어요? 방탄 커피? 아니야, 방탄 커피 아니야. 그냥 커피야. 오늘은 많이 사람이 없습니다. 오늘 없어. 없어도 돼. 상관없어. I'm just here every week on a Friday night. Yeah, out there, sun is setting, grabbing a coffee after one rewarding week. Just sharing what my week has been like. Every week, every Friday when I sit here with a grateful heart, full of excitement over all the things that happen over 1 week. Do you realize how rewarding a life that is? Where every Friday night, when you look back on 1 week, wow, so much has happened for you. So much value has been added to the world because of you. Getting a job don't give you that. To me, that is the fundamental need of all mankind, of all human need to feel the sense of daily growth and achievement. You're not gonna get it from mechanically working a job. And so, if you think you're a hard worker, you have a job, because you're a hardworking person, I say I'm sorry, you're just a plain lazy ass. If you have a job. Nah, I'm by far not as good as you are, but I can make a living, and it's not easy sometimes. Having a stable job and income is not that bad a thing. Oh no, it's a bad thing. I never make it. I never say that. People who know me know I go through hard times as well. But just like what you said, people like you and me, we go through hard times, but we make it work. Life is hard. No matter what you choose, life is going to be hard. Okay. We go through hard times too. Sometimes, just like she said, having a stable job income is not such a bad thing. Sometimes I feel the same way. Sometimes I look at someone with a good job. Sometimes I envy, back in the days. Sometimes I envy them for having a stable job and a stable income. And you know what changed my mind? When I saw the things that people with jobs, the kind of life they live and the things they told me, I changed my mind. Because if you're with a job, if you have a stable job and a stable income, you're supposed to be very happy. But no, show me someone with a job that's happy. I don't know any. Everybody, whenever I ask them about their job and I expect something really positive, you know what I get? Like, I have no choice. Life is like that. I'm a victim of life. I'm tired. I'm leaving for weekends. I'm wishing for one more holiday. That's not life, my friends. That's not life. I would rather struggle without the illusion of stability. I'm sorry, it's just an illusion because you gave your power, you gave your control away to your boss who can fire you in a millisecond and get you replaced within 4 seconds. You're just a cheap rat doll in their organization. I'm sorry. Hello, Kim Teo, Ken Collins. Good to see full energy. Oh, Ken, hello. Wow. I'm sorry, today I'm not rotating all your comments on because I really want to leave this comment on. Chi here. I know him for years, so I know he's legit. You think I'm special? I'm not special. He lives pretty much the exact same life I live. 2 months ago, he just when I knew about him about 2 years ago, he was living around Europe, Romania, and all these places. 2 months ago, he told me he moved to Korea. After that, he told me he moved to Japan, and now he just returned from a cruise to Norway and Denmark. I'm not saying that this is better than that. I'm not saying that we are rich. I'm not saying that we are multi-millionaires. I promise you, Chi is not a multi-millionaire. I'm not a multi-millionaire. I'm just saying that there's another way to build and design a life that is far more rewarding, far more fulfilling, and still you live a good life. What's this no choice thing? What's this no choiceness? What's this victimhood that's going on around the world? It's sad to see that you should be happy. You guys have a job. You should be happier than me and Chi. You have stability. You have a fixed income. We don't have a fixed income. Every month it goes up and down, up and down. So theoretically, you should be happier, but you're not. You're not. I'm I'm so sad to see that people with jobs, they're goodwill people, they're hardworking people, they're honest folks, but from the first day you decided to get a job back in the days when you were young, that first job onwards, you were just plain lazy. You think you're an investor in your life, in your family, but no, you're a plain gambler who gave away control of your life forever to the banks and your bosses. And you're plain lazy because you never even gave yourself a chance to go out there to try to add value to the world, and therefore consequently get paid for your effort and experience the fullness of what it means to have significance in the world, to change life, to give of your value and have control of your life. This control is what makes you an investor. Because the only difference between a gambler and an investor is a gambler depends on an external factor, be it something or someone, or stock price, or your boss to do one thing for you to win. Most people are gamblers in their life thinking they are investors. And they wonder why their lives are not going anywhere. Of course, because you have been nothing but a gambler in your life. A well-willed, honest, down-to-earth gambler. And this is the most unfortunate thing I see around the world. Again and again and again. What really motivated me to write my book? Big Check Money. It's about this. It's about this issue, this problem that nobody seems to address around the world. Elijah, modern jobs these days can feel like slavery. It's not feel like, it is slavery. Slavery means bounded by a chain. Today's slavery is bounded by the chains of debt. All kinds of loans created to bind you to a job. Elijah, that life is very admirable and very much possible. Yes. Chi's life, my life is 100% possible. If Chi can do it, if I can do it, anyone can. We are not special. We were not born in rich families. In fact, I was born in a very average family that very quickly went from average to way below average when my father died when I was just 15. So not only was I not from a super family, I was from a worse off family than average. Elijah, but there's no room need for envy, only inspiration. Yes, I just wish many saw it like that. Yeah. I don't know what got into me today to be so. When I started it, when I turned on the live stream today, 100% I came with a good spirit. Just wanted to talk about so many great things to happen to me this past week again. I want this to be a celebration, but somehow when Chi mentioned this, and we start to talk about this lifestyle thing, I just felt so strongly again when I think about everybody else's life, when I look out the window. This is possible. I really want to tell you, this is possible. It is possible to have full control over your life, to live life on your term, and still live an amazing life. Don't believe in the lies of if you lose your job, that's it, your life's over. That's nonsense. Sometimes losing your job can be the best thing that happened to you. I know 2 people in my life who lost their jobs. They were in agony, and now they are all, both of them, multimillionaires. They would never have been multimillionaires if they had never lost their job. And one legendary lady, when she was 29 years old, she was washing dishes. And washing dishes, she got fired from her job and she was struggling in life. And you know what? If she never got fired from that job, she will not become Oprah Winfrey today. Sometimes losing a job can be the best thing that can happen to you. If Oprah Winfrey never lost a job when she was young and she was not put in that desperate position, Oprah Winfrey would not have been born. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name a little bit wrong. I know I kind of have difficulty pronouncing the name. Ken Collins. Be a victor, not a victim. Yes! Be crazy, not lazy. Yes! Oh, I really love this. I'm going to stick this. I'm going to stick this command. Positively change the world and impact people. Wow, I'm going to stick this. Ken Collins, one of my mentors. Yeah, one of my mentors from the from the Maxwell leadership team. Be a victor, not a victim. Be crazy, not lazy. Wow, this is big. Be crazy, not lazy. Be crazy enough to think things nobody dare to think, not be lazy. Because like I just said, if your first ever income was a job, first ever income in your life was a job, you were just lazy. Don't tell me you're hardworking. If your first ever attempt at making money was a job, you were just lazy. Positively change the world and impact people. Yes. Frank Montes. Oh, my buddy Frank. So powerful. Elijah, that's passion that's coming out. I'm gonna stick on this. Okay, let's take a look. Frank, so powerful. Elijah, that's passion that's coming out. it's a very strong emotion. I get very emotional when I talk about this because whenever I see the suffering in the streets, you know what I see? You know what goes on in my mind? So unnecessary. You guys should have lived a completely amazing life. What I see is such unnecessary suffering out there. So unnecessary. Just for lack of ideas, guidance, and an adventuring spirit, or a spirit of curiosity. If you ask me today, the number one criteria, the number one value for success in business and pretty much everything in life, now it's just this. Now, don't miss this. You ready? Curiosity. It's curiosity. Today, I think we do not have a pandemic of viruses. We do not have a pandemic of poverty. We do not have a pandemic of ideas or lack of ideas. You know what we really have? We have a pandemic of a lack of curiosity. There's one word to describe lack of curiosity. What's that? What's that one word? Nonchalance. We have a pandemic of nonchalance where, you see, curiosity is what get you to think about, hey, what happens if I turn this knob a little bit more? What happens if I take off the back cover? This curiosity was exactly what made us take all our toys apart when we were young, right? Hey, this very same way you took your toys apart is the very same way you could have took your life apart and enjoy it every single moment. Life is amazing. Life is so good. Life is so beautiful. Life is so full of adventure. Life is so rewarding. But why do I always feel like I'm the only person experiencing that? I don't want that. I want everybody to experience this. Because if I can do it, you can do it. I'm not special. I'm not special. Oh, I almost want to cry, man. Oh, it really makes me want to cry, you know. I'm just having the luxury that I'm not bound to a location, go wherever, whenever I want. So I will go on another cruise today and fly to Istanbul next week. Yeah, you were See, Chi, you were talking about Istanbul, right? You told me about Istanbul just a couple of weeks ago, right? Like really, go to Besiktas, go to where I used to stay, and take a selfie for me, please. Go to Pegasus or Yunchak and take a selfie for me, and help me to say hello to the boss. Say I miss them. Yeah, I get emotional. I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect. I'm not a multi-billionaire. I don't pretend to be one. I don't even have a watch. But I know life. I know life. And I know the role money play in life and how money and life work together. You ask me, that's probably what I do best. That's probably my thing. My thing is not investing. Everybody seems to think, oh, I'm an investor. But every investment knowledge known to mankind are now openly available on the internet. Just Google. Sometimes you can ask ChatGPT, why isn't everybody rich yet then? It takes more. It takes more than being able to make money, to make life. Which is why I wrote my book, Paycheck Money, Overcoming Money Frustrations, is right now undergoing editorial. You can get a free chapter. You just add me on my LinkedIn. You can get a free chapter. That book is coming out next week. And you know what? I'm already halfway through the second book. I'm writing the second book in the series. It's already halfway through. I finished chapter. It's not halfway through. I 1/3 through. I finished chapter. Okay, 1/3. No, 1/4 through. 1/4 through. I finished 5 chapters so far. And and I'm going to do my book launch. The book launch of my first book, Paycheck Money, Overcoming Money Frustrations, in Zambia in September when I deliver my keynote in the Possibilities Symposium. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. I'll be doing a book signing as well. But what prompted me? What energy allowed me to write 2 books in 1 month? Wow! I waited 47 years. I kept thinking about writing a book one day, and it never happened. But when it happened, 2 books I wrote in 1 month. Wow! How did that happen? Because it's this outpouring that I found this thing in me that this is the value I want to give to the world. This is what I've seen that I can help people in the world to address that nobody seems to address. Elijah, I want to go to Istanbul for a variety of reasons. One is the cafe you showed us. Oh yeah, Elijah, when you go, check out the cafe, please. Go to the cafe. Help me say hello and take a selfie for me, please. I miss that cafe, Pablo Cafe. Just by the Bosphorus in Besiktas of Istanbul. That's my hangout. Yeah, that's my hangout. Ken Collins. We have a secondary pandemic. Effort. Oh, we need more dynamite to get people more curious, more risk-taking, or off the couch. Wow. Is it? Ken here, in case you're wondering, is my mentor, and he's one of the most kick-ass consultant and coach in America here. Okay, so, and I really love this. You see, his angle is so sharp. He said we have a pandemic of effort. Isn't effort a good thing? Isn't effort what everybody seems to be glorifying? Oh, I put in so much effort. Wow, I live life with so much effort. And people are proud about that, and the strange thing, that the interesting thing is this: when people talk about effort, it's with plenty of negativity. I'm suffering. I'm slogging it. I'm sucking it up. No, we need more dynamite. We need more passion. We need more curiosity. We need doing and living life with a passion. That every day you wake up excited to do something, not wake up excited to get to 6 p.m. We need, see, a lot of business owners talk about burning out. You will never burn out if you are doing exactly what your purpose and your passion is. I promise you that if even for one day you start to lose your direction and you decided that today I want to make $1,000 or this month I want to make $50,000, so therefore your focus changed from adding value to the world onto this thing called money, I promise you that is when you burn out. Burnouts happen when you lose focus of the purpose and starts to refocus on the fruit of the activity. Focusing on the money is what gets you burnout. Because, see, unfortunately, at the end of the day, as much as people think they love money, but eventually everybody comes to the same conclusion that money is not worth the effort. I'm an investor, I'm a trader, and over the past 20 years, I've seen so many different kind of traders. And you know what? One of the main reasons why people quit trading part-time, if they have a job and they trade, and some of them make money, they make money and they quit. You know why? Because it takes too much effort. So in the end of the day, it's not about money, it's about your quality of life. How money must add on to your quality of life, not take away from your quality of life. Whenever money takes away from your quality of life, from what I've observed so far, people usually choose quality of life over money. Yes, money is not all powerful, I'm sorry. Money is a very misunderstood thing. To me, money is my friend, my buddy, my best friend, my lover. I want money, lots and lots of money. I invite money into my life because I have a great relationship with money. But what I see around me is people have very picture relationships with their money. That is the whole problem. When you have a picture relationship with your money, adding more money adds more picture in your life, and in the end, you end up parting with money because all picture relationships end up just like your picture spouse, just like your picture boyfriend or girlfriend. Elijah, the one with peacocks too. Oh, the part with peacock, yeah. Ken Collins. Effort doesn't equal results. Yeah. In most cases, if you feel like you have to consistently put in effort in what you're doing, actually you're doing it wrong. Not putting in effort doesn't mean you're doing nothing. No. Replace effort, put in passion. Put in the passion for changing lives, put in the passion. But you may say, oh, but I'm not like you. I don't go, I'm just a small time guy. I don't go around changing lives. Do you know that you change lives every single moment of your life? Let me ask you, what did you do yesterday when you were in the elevator and someone else was standing beside you? What do? You had about 30 seconds chance to change that person's life, to add value to the person's life. Did you do it? Whenever someone is in the elevator with me, however short it is, I greet, I go into a nice chat, I affirm, I make sure they exit the elevator with a better mood and thinking better about themselves than before they came into the elevator. Just like that, I change lives. Just like that, I impact lives. And you're telling me you cannot impact lives? That you are a small time guy? Doesn't work that way. There's an excuse for the unwillingness to be a person of value. Ken, money is a satisfier, not a driver. Yes. You'll be surprised that money is such a bad motivator. In Daniel Pink's groundbreaking book called Drive, he explored human motivation, and scientifically, over countless experiments, the conclusion is this: when you try to motivate someone with money, you end up demotivating them. They end up not wanting to do it. I built my entire business on referral and word of mouth only. And I have never given a referral fee. I never given a cashback, cutback, and I've never even given a discount to the people that they refer. Not 1 cent of a monetary reward. But yet, people refer their friends again and again and again. Why? Because in the end of the day, people refer people to your business not because of a cutback, not because they have. In fact, if you make them feel like they have something to gain from introducing their friend, now they become reluctant to reintroduce their friend. I'm telling you, because who wants to feel like you're ripping your own friends off? That you're getting rewarded up from your friend, but when they feel like they are changed by referring, they're changing the lives of these people that they love, like, respect in their lives. That is a much bigger motivator than actually receiving some kind of cashback, cutback. But then you may be asking, no, then what? But I cannot give that kind of transformation. Then get better. Get better. Get better. If you're in business, please get better every week, every day. In my book, I describe the asset creation cycle, a 3-step cycle which you have to keep spinning in order to stay at a certain level of wealth. And at the top of the cycle is you. The most important asset to invest in is the asset called you. What is an asset? An asset is something or someone who adds value to other people in the world. Are you an asset to the world? That's the question. Because if you are, I promise you, your clients cannot wait to introduce their friends to your business with nothing but the goodwill and purpose of changing their own friends' lives. But if you're not that good, your clients don't feel like you've done much enough to change their life, don't be surprised you don't get referrals. That's the thing. Now you resort to giving referral fees, you resort to cutbacks, and you know what? Now you attract all the wrong people. You attract the sharks that introduce all the wrong clients to you. And now you get trapped into this weird ass cycle. You never seem to be able to break out of that. The key is, just like John Maxwell said in the 15 laws of growth, the first law is what? You have to be law of intentionality. You must have an intentional program of personal growth. Otherwise, just like he mentioned in the 21 laws of leadership, you become the lead. You become the very cap on your own progress and your potential. I make sure I grow on a daily basis, not weekly. I don't read a book once in a while. I don't take a course once a year. No, I do that daily if I can. I pay for 3 coaches to coach me in specialized area and in general areas. What are you doing to add value to yourself right now? If you're not doing any of these things that I just said, don't be surprised that you have no impact. Don't be surprised you have no impact. Ken Collins, enjoy the coffee chat, Mr. Dynamite. Although coffee is not the beverage in my cup. Oh, you beer? Friday night is the time for beer. Yeah? Okay. I've said enough. I want to hear from all of you. Any comments? Anything we want to chat with me? This final 15 minutes of the stream. I'm so grateful. I'm very grateful for Chi, for Ken, for Elijah being here and sharing such powerful ideas and so open to really like sharing what you think. This is what this thing. This is not national TV, guys. So feel free. Oh, feel free. Feel free. I gotta take the next 15 minutes to talk about what you to answer your question, to address what you say. I want the next 15 minutes to be about you. I've spoken too much. I certain things, right? Once I start talking, I cannot stop. Certain topics, once I start, I cannot stop. So I'm gonna just stop. Next 15 minutes, I want it to be all about you, watching right now, about you. How may I serve you? How may I serve you? Oh, Elma, Elijah. Okay, Elijah. Elijah. When you move, are you planning to do any more? Are you planning to do any more travel? Oh, my next 3 months is gonna be busy. Next month, I'll be going with John Maxwell to Panama to do a transformation training trip, and then after that, in that's July. Then August, I'll be going to Florida, and then in September, I'll be going to Zambia. So yeah, so right now I'm still kind of traveling every single month. But I don't. But again, you guys know me. I don't travel for fun. I've never traveled for sightseeing. Never. When have I ever do that? 2 years in Turkey. Have I ever gone to Cappadocia and all that stuff for sightseeing? No, I never. I don't sightsee. When I go somewhere, I go there with a purpose. I go there to do something worthwhile. I don't do sightseeing. Huh? If that's what you mean by travel, that if that's what you mean by travel, then actually I don't travel. But if you think if travel means being away from your home country, then I've been traveling for 23 years. Okay, Elma. Hi, Limpe. Oh, see, only you guys still call me Limpe. These days, all my friends here in America, they all call me the JJ Dynamite. That's my new thing, JJ Dynamite. Yeah, JJ Dynamite. That's even the name of my company. That's my name of company, JJ Dynamite LLC. Very dirty. I'm sorry. Hope you're well. Thank you, Elma. Elijah. Me, I've been getting better with my craft, although there's always room for improvement. Yeah, there's always room for improvement. Yeah, but would you like to share with us what your craft is? What does your craft mean, Elijah? No, not traveling for leisure. Yeah. So my next 3 months I'll be traveling. Yeah. Elijah, we still call you Limpe. For those of you wondering, JJ Dynamite is a very new thing. I only started becoming JJ Dynamite when I came to America, where when I came to America like less than 11 months ago. Oh. So this is a very new thing. But for the many years that I've been on YouTube, everybody calls me Mr. Limpe. Oh, Elijah, art. What area of art? What kind of art? Oh, drawing. What do you draw? What kind of thing do you draw? Anime or portraits or what kind of drawing do you do? I draw a lot myself. In fact, here on my wall here, it's all my drawings on my wall. Elma, JJ Dynamite, yeah, Jason Jang, the JJ Dynamite. That's what people call me here, and it's a reference to you know who, right? So it's very catchy, and it's so completely me. I even got a logo made, and yeah, and Mr. Bob Berg, writer of the Go Giver, made me this mug. I'm so grateful to be in the Go Giver community, with Mr. Bob Berg. I got so much. I'm so thankful for Bob Bob Burg and the community, because this were my first friends here in America, and they taught me everything about how to be a person of value, how to be a go giver, how to build a referral based business. Elijah, I took a break from it. I draw a various about in Daniel Pink's book Drive, the three motivators the three real motivators of mankind. Yeah, number one uh, is autonomy. You have to be self-driven. There's the more freedom you are given, the more motivated you become. Number two is mastery, where the thing that you do, you can actually get better and better at it. And number three is purpose. It must serve a purpose in your life. And that's why video games are so addictive, my friend. Video games fulfill all three powerful motivators. Why do kids play video games all day long without getting paid? And they will keep playing without ever getting paid. They'll keep doing it. You know why? Because they have autonomy. They keep getting better and better in the game, and they are fulfilling missions and goals within that virtual world. Video games fulfill the three primary motivators of mankind, and that's why video games are doing so well. Okay, yeah. I'm, I'm gonna take just one more question or one more discussion. Anyone? We have like, I'm gonna take just one more question or one discussion. Make it worth. Make it worth. Come on. Okay, if there's no further discussions, then it's another week. I had an amazing week. Wrote up 5 chapters of my new book, started my new course every single day. I've seen so many beautiful aha moments in my students this 1 week. So grateful for all my students this past week. I'm so grateful to a possibility symposium for confirming me for the keynote in September. Um, I'm so grateful to have that conversation with Shell Vera to talk about other possibilities to explore in future, how to extend my businesses. I'm so grateful that I finished building up all the online support for my book Paycheck Money. The bonus download page, the free preview page, and all that things. So if your book is successful, will you be a TED speaker? I've always wanted to be a TED speaker. I would be a TED speaker with or without the book, whether or not it's successful. Anytime. Where if I can land a TED talk, I will do it. It's actually not that easy. It's actually not that easy to land a TED talk. Yeah. So okay. Yep. And in fact, kind of like I like back in March, I think, no, April, I actually made the goal to land a TED talk within the next quarter, but it doesn't look like it's happening. But hey, I landed an international keynote in a major symposium of 3,000 audience. Still a win. That's coming up in September, being confirmed for the Possibilities Symposium as a keynote speaker. It's 3,000 audience. Very excited for that. I haven't done this kind of big talks in a very long time. Elijah, it can still happen. You never know. Yep. Never know. You never know. I just flow with life, and I just say yes to whatever life throws at me. So I'll never know. I wish all of you have a blazing amazing weekend, and I hope next Friday when all of you come back. Elma, so grateful that you come back this week again. So grateful to Ken, so grateful to Elijah and Chi. I'm so grateful to Kim Teo as well. Kim Teo not talking much, but I see your greeting. And I just wish this next Friday when you come back to this coffee chat, please have amazing things to tell me about your week. Make it your mission this week to do something amazing in the next week, so that by Friday you have something to boast about to Limpe or to the Dynamite guy. Okay? Can we do that? Can we do that? Let's make it about you, not just about me. Let's make it about you. At least make it that listening to this does something for your life. That after this you receive a challenge to actually do something for that 1 week, so that you have something to tell Limpe, the JJ Dynamite, next Friday. Okay? All right? Can we do that? There's this pause, yeah. Waiting for one more comment and then we end. Can we do that? Or nobody dares to commit? Everybody's like, ooh. Elma, I work on it. Elijah, sure. Right. Okay, that's all I need. That's all I need to know. Let's go out and get it, man. The world is a canvas. The world is the toy you took apart when you were young, and you forgot how to take that same toy apart around you today. Let's take the toy apart. 안녕.